Alright, so now we're going to be talking about what type of credit card do you choose. So let's say you want to go apply for a credit card and you're not sure which one to choose because there's a handful of different credit cards. Typically, they're broken down into categories, but these are the three main ones, in my opinion. You have the rewards credit cards, you have the travel rewards credit cards, and then you got the balance transfers. Rewards credit cards usually consists of cash back. So what that means is, let's say you spend $10 on, I don't know, McDonald's. Usually, let's say 1%. That's usually what it goes at. 1% of your total purchase um, will be given back to you, and you can have all those cents and dollars add up, and you'll be able to redeem them usually for statement credit, money into your bank account, or you can use them for the rewards program for whatever bank or credit union, whoever owns the credit card, right? The financial institution. And usually the rewards ones, those are the entry level ones. So if you're just applying for your first credit card, or let's say you just had like a bankruptcy and you're trying to rebuild your credit or something, usually the rewards ones, they're the entry level ones. And of course, there's other entry level cards, but usually the go to ones are going to be these ones. So, some examples, real examples, would be like the Chase Freedom card, Chase Freedom Unlimited card, and like a Bank of America Cash Rewards card. Those are just some examples. Travel Rewards credit card, I mean, they can be considered entry level too, but typically they're going to be uh, applied and used when you've already had like a rewards credit card for a little while. So the travel rewards, typically, at least what I've noticed, they do have like no interest sometimes for X months as an introductory bonus. But I've noticed, in my opinion, that uh, these credit cards usually have higher interest rate because I mean it's for pleasure really, like travel. So these are a little bit like a mid tier I would consider. But of course, both rewards and travel have their own tier system too. So you have entry, medium, and let's say high tier, right? The higher up you go, more rewards you'll get, more status you can get with, let's say, like a hotel that is a business partner with the credit card. You can get a certain status in that hotel's program, or that airline, or uh, car rental service. There's like a handful of different things that one can get, perks you can get from having a specific card. But of course, they start entry level, and the credit cards that have like the yearly fees, higher the yearly fee. I mean, it's supposed to offer you more. Uh, that's not always the case, but you do get the prestige, right? So you get the higher uh, reward system within that credit card partners program. So, like a high tier travel rewards credit card would be like a Chase Infinite card, uh, the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, and like an American Express Platinum card. Those are considered high tier travel rewards. I mean, I know American Express isn't a credit card, it's a charge card, but for simplicity purposes, the perks are there for having to pay that yearly fee. Balance transfer cards, just for taking, let's say, credit cards with high interest rates to putting them onto a credit card with no interest rate for X months, but then after X month, uh, your interest rate's going to be higher. So, what these cards are good for is, say you need to buy some time or something, a little bit behind on your bills, and you have a credit card with, like, let's say 18% interest, and you're paying only the minimum payments, which means it's going to take you forever, or you're never going to pay off that card. The balance transfer cards are there to take, let's say, $3,000 from card A, and you can put it onto card B. Card B being the balance transfer credit card. These cards don't have reward systems typically because their purpose and use that they were made for is for people that want to save money on interest, so that way they can pay down their debts faster, somewhat. Quote, I put that in quotes because you don't pay interest, let's say, for a year on this new card, but then a year and 1 day, your interest rate's going to be like much higher than what it was on your old card. So like for a balance transfer card, usually they'll say, okay, you have 60 days to transfer money from a balance from another credit card you have, and you can put it on this one. We won't charge you a fee for moving the money over, and as long as you don't go over the credit limit, obviously. I mean, they give you a credit limit too when you apply for it, and if you get accepted. And I mean, these have helped out a lot. They've helped me out. I know I transferred some money over to a balance transfer card. I think I have it for I think it's like 15 months. 15 months of no interest on the card. I was transferring over from a card with like 17% interest, and it's helped me pay down the debt on it faster. But after the 15 months are up, I'm going to have like a 25% interest rate on that card. So in my situation, it works out because the card's going to be paid off. So I know some people don't necessarily want to use it because of the higher interest rate, but I mean, if you got everything going good for you and stuff, it's definitely a good tool that's available and it should be taken advantage of if you want to save money on interest. That's a whole other conversation. You can save, if you have a big balance or a decent balance, like say $2,000-$3,000, you can easily save probably $300-$400 in interest if you take advantage of these balance transfer credit cards and you're disciplined about it and you don't actually go out and spend more money, because they're there for you to use. Banks and credit unions and people alike know that it can go either way, be hit or miss, but the product is there, and I definitely recommend that. Depends on your situation, what you get. Each time you apply for a credit card, usually, let's say you're a new customer to like the bank or the credit union, your credit score will take a hit. Usually, it depends your credit history and all the other stuff, but it's usually about like 7-8 points, sometimes 10, depending if you're a new customer or not to that bank, or how high your balances are. It's a whole equation. We can go over that later, but it's always a hard pull typically, unless you already have credit established with with a financial institution. Then unless they state otherwise, it'll be a soft pull if you have like credit established already with them. So let's say you've had credit with like Bank of America for like a year, 2 years, 3 years, and they're offering you a credit line increase. If the bank is offering it to you without you having to ask about it, right? Not apply, but ask about it and apply for it. It'll still hit your points a little bit, but it's not going to be as bad as like a hard one that can stay on your credit report for a little bit longer. But after about a month or two, those type of reports go away, and the negative effect, meaning your score going down, will go away. Unless, of course, you rack up more debt in that time frame, then that's bad. But that's not something you should worry about, really. It's just part of the system that's in place, and at the end of the day, you'll be better off as long as you don't go out and, I don't know, buy $5,000 worth of like Louis Vuitton and Gucci or something. I mean, you can do that, but if you can pay it off, or we can go more into like ratios later, and more or less how the whole credit system works. We'll talk about that later in another video. This video's already getting to be like 10 minutes, so recap: what type of credit card do you choose? Cashback, rewards, credit cards, travel rewards, balance transfers. If it's your first credit card, most likely you're going to go with an entry-level rewards credit card. They have different categories. You can get cash back in, gas, groceries, online purchases. They got categories for like everything. So we can break it down in another video. Till then, talk to you later. Bye.